Rundown August 25th. My sushi just fell on the floor.
That makes me
Did it blow up everywhere?
There are only 2 left in it, but they're dead now. I don't know how to order sushi correctly. I'm ordering like $30 worth of sushi for lunch every day, and it's too much. So even though I dropped that, I still got a full whatever. And I got this from I'm figuring out the ropes of sushi. I cut my thumb wide open today opening that thing. Anyways, this isn't about sushi for lunch. This is about the Cubs and the Mets. I want to give you guys your shine because both of you guys had impressive wins yesterday. A walk-off after, what, do the Cubs not have a closer? I was watching that game. After Lester tried to go the whole game, gave it up in the 9th. They win 2 outs, bottom of the 9th home run. And then KFC, you guys hit like 30 home runs versus the Phillies. So it's looking like both you guys are going to be in the postseason, so that's great for me. I'd love for you two to play each other. It's been a long time since both these teams have been in the mix. I'm happy for you. Big Cat?
It's, well, first of all, yesterday's game, as you probably know, Dave, all too well, John Lester, great pitcher, doesn't really do the whole fielding thing. That's just not his style. He didn't move on that. It was like a swinging, kind of almost a bunt, like nubber, and he just stood there. So that, yeah, but he pitched a great game. I tweeted yesterday, I wrote a blog after the Cubs walk-off, then Kevin wrote a blog after David Wright's home run. We are both setting ourselves up for the most incredible heartbreak ever. And then the Cubs, I wake up this morning, the Cubs are on the cover of Sports Illustrated, which looked exactly like the Sports Illustrated cover of 2008, of 2007, 2003, just over and over and over. So I'm riding the wave. I've let go. I have started walking around my house being like, why not us? Which is the scariest thing in the world to say. But I'm there, and I'm ready to crumble and be devastated. But I'm going to enjoy it up until that point.
Dan, I've been using the words magic. I've been using the word special. Dan, I'm counting the magic number. We're at 34. I'm counting numbers like I'm in any position to be doing that. Dave, I don't even know. I feel like this is a trap. You being nice right now and setting this up or
totally is.
It was the nicest thing you've ever said. I don't even know how to behave. I'm completely bipolar because the Mets are either winning in dramatic, tremendous fashion or they're still doing stupid Mets stuff. So I'm completely up and down. And it's August. So if God willing, if there's October baseball, I don't think I'll be able to survive. Or I'll age 50 years in a month. It's going to be – I physically don't know how I'm going to be able to handle it.
Well, I don't like you, KFC, on a personal level. But
right.
The Mets being in the playoffs, that's T-shirts. Cubs being in the playoffs, that's T-shirts.
I think it's about time that maybe all the T-shirt money from these teams go to us.
I mean, honestly, if it wasn't for my team's T-shirt money, then I don't know that we'd even have a company. If it wasn't my team.
Hold on, Blackhawks chip.
No, the Blackhawks. But I mean, it's this Brady things like I'm eating sushi for lunch and lobster for dinner. 20. Yeah, I don't even care. What's that? One T-shirt. So with you guys, both teams being the playoffs, and if I'm understanding, I don't pay nearly as much attention to the National League. The Mets are in a much better situation than the Cubs, right?
No. The Cubs. Well, once the playoffs start, yes, because then the Mets would have a full 5-game series.
But aren't the Mets
6.5 games up?
Yeah, but the Cubs are a wild card.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I'm saying once the playoffs start, the Mets would be in a better position. But in terms of making the playoffs, the Cubs are 6.5 games up on the second wild card right now.
Yeah.
They have the 4th best record in baseball.
The Mets are 5.5 up in the division with the easiest schedule.
Oh, I didn't realize they were 5.5 up in the division. But obviously I'd rather win the division than the wild card. But I was just saying the Cubs are up more games right now to get to the playoffs.
Who's behind the Cubs?
The Giants.
See, that's not a team that I'd like to have because the Giants will go and win 20 in a row on you, and you don't even know what happened. So the Giants aren't a team. I would rather have, if I was in first, I'd rather have the Nationals chasing me than the Giants.
Well, it's classic Cubs, too, because we have the 4th best record in baseball and the 3rd best record in our division. The Pirates and the Cardinals are world beaters. The Pirates might be the best team in baseball. Honestly, they're really, really good, and they're really, really deep. So it would be
the Central's going to have to beat up on each other You're going to play each other in the play-in. Then you're going to play the Cardinals. So the Mets and I guess the Dodgers or the Giants, whoever end up winning that division, will be playing each other. Won't have to face anybody from the Central until the NLCS. The Central
the Mets have a better
fucked right now.
The Mets have a better spot, but Kevin's using words like magic. I would prefer words like why not us. I feel like that's a little bit more on my side. Also, the Cubs, I got to write a blog. They're doing this thing, the bullpen pitchers. They're doing a game of chicken now because the bullpen at Wrigley doesn't have anything to block them. So whenever balls hit their way, the bet is none of them can move. They have to stay totally still. That's the kind of dumb shit you need to win a World Series. And then someone will get hurt. Someone will get, like, knocked out. Yeah, but it will still be like, that's the kind of dumb shit. You need to start doing stupid stuff like that. Like, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Someone's going to get hurt, but that's what a World Series team looks like.
I will say the why not us, I'd stay away from that. That's like the Red Sox made T-shirts for that the year that they won the first year. So I'd stay away from that. And from my perspective, I'm hoping one of these teams, probably rooting more for you, Big Cat, because twofold. Again, my personal disdain for KFC in New York. And two, right now I think you have the better slogan on the shirt. We are good, I think is more resonating. We don't have that with the Mets yet. In any event, it's a win-win. It's more blog material, and someone is going to get devastated for sure, and that's when I'm at my best. I am like a fly on shit, just over carcasses at that point, just picking. I want to pick at your body.
Unionize here, and we just go on blogging strike. No Cubs material, no Mets material, and just fuck Portnoy.
What I was going to say
that's a terrible idea.
If they somehow, by some stroke of God, go to the NLCS together, I think you need to pay for us to go to every single game and have someone sit in front of us with a camera for every single game.
I'll do that.
Could you imagine?
Oh boy.
I'll do that.
I don't even
That's
want
no
that.
problem.
I like the Cubs. I've enjoyed doing this alongside with the Cubs. I don't want to have to face the Cubs. It's going to be.
We're getting too far. Neither of us are
so far ahead of
We're not going to make the playoffs. The Giants and the Nationals are going to win us.
Both going to miss the playoffs here. So this is so stupid. This is so dumb. God.
All right, well then let's talk about this hand job video.
Babe, here's what you will need to become a magician with your hands. Now glide both of your thumbs up to the frenulum, up and down gliding motion. Now clasp your hands together and interlace your fingers. And then lower your clasped hands onto his magic wand and move them up and down the shaft.
The only reason I include this is I feel like I'm one of the last people on earth, and people say, oh, it's kindergarten shit, grow up. I love hand jobs. Always been a hand job guy. I think they get swept under the rug. Like, hand jobs are legit. I think anyone who frowns down upon a hand job is doing a great disservice to hand jobs. And this lady, I'd let her give me a hand job all day long in her glowing dog. I think it's time we bring back hand jobs.
Yo, Dan's laughing at you right now. I'm right alongside you, Portnoy. Listen, beggars can't be choosers. If I was some fucking Casanova coxman who just was doing nothing but fucking chicks left and right, fine. I'm never going to look down my nose at a hand job. And listen, a bad hand job is not good because obviously you know how to work your own equipment better than some, scrub chick. But a chick who knows what she's doing, giving you a good hand job, sign me up. I'm cool with that.
My laughter there was not like this is crazy because I agree with both of you. You don't turn down a hand job. That's crazy.
And you don't complain either. I'd never walk up and oh, she only gave me a hand job. Like, yeah, I got a fucking hand job, bro.
Nice. Over that one. I'm laughing because standing behind the hand job and making that your cause du jour is a little crazy. I'll also say this video, is this chick serious? She put so much time and effort into giving a hand job. I would have come when she opened her heart. She's like, first you open your heart. All right, it's over. All right, see ya. You don't need to get to 17 steps. She's got all this shit on. Yep. She's stroking. She's manicuring her hands, stroking shit. It's like, dude, you open your heart and I jizzed everywhere.
There's two parts. I agree with you, but the part where she goes on your ass and comes up, that was electric. But I thought you just meant the actual quality of the video. We couldn't make that video. I'm not even talking about the hand job dick part. She'd put on these electric suit costumes. I don't know how she did that. And seamlessly, you think Hank could put that thing together? Not in a million years.
But that's my point.
Yeah. But that's dick aside. Yeah, that's dick aside. Never mind how much she's talking about it. That was just a well put together video.
Anybody who takes the time to put together that video about hand jobs is so in tune with the hand job. There's no doubt that she gives a great one.
Yeah. So let's go to Deflategate, where this is a nice thing. I just want to say this quick, and you guys are probably sick of this subject a little bit, but the fact that if you understood what I wrote yesterday, if you read it, so the NFL responded to Kessler, Brady's lawyer. Kessler had all these examples of cases where the arbitrator's ruling was overturned because they denied a witness to appear in the arbitration. The NFL has said none of those cases matter, because in those cases, the premise was the guy on trial was getting a fair trial in a fair, neutral arbitrator. The NFL is saying it doesn't matter because Goodell's not neutral and was never intended to be fair. It actually, we got to worry about our safety in this country. Like that is how insane this. The NFL is now saying this wasn't a fair trial. It never was intended to be fair. And because we said it wasn't fair from the beginning, you can't complain about it not being fair. I'm at a loss. Guys, I'm at a loss. We're in banana nana land. That's where we went to. Next up, Steve Sarkisian.
Was that we should have just made that the commercial break. Here's your commercial. Deflategate brought to you by David Juice.
Well, you can't. The commercial's written down. We should have changed. Steve Sarkisian. K. Marco blogged this, right? So I guess he's sort of a drunk. He's slurring words, doing all this stuff. I'm fine with it, but alcohol in the college locker room, they don't even fucking sell alcohol in the stadiums in these places. Probably it's such a double standard. The coach can't drink. If I can't drink up in the fucking crowd, it's a joke. What do you got, Big Cat?
Not only that, and he obviously did like the Corey Crawford thing where he got up, bombed, and he swore, and everyone, all the stuffy white guys behind him cringed. Or like, oh no, I'm so scared. The guy said a bad word.
Yeah.
And the whole Patron, which is a savage, 40 shots of Patron is a fucking hell of a night.
By the way, are people trying to say he drank that all himself? I mean, he'd be dead.
No, of course not. But that's
I thought
still
I saw
a hell
that
of a
somewhere.
night.
Yeah. No, I know. I thought I saw someone be like, he ordered that himself. It's like, what, are you crazy? He'd be dead.
That's insane. But I will say this. He's smart. The only thing you can really come back from in 2015 is alcohol, because you basically just come out and you say, I have a problem. Then everyone says, boo hoo hoo, we're so sorry, we'll help you get better. And then you just have to like hide the booze for a couple of years, and then you come back and be drunk whenever you want after you win.
KFC?
Yeah, doubling down, asking to be reimbursed for the Patron after being on stage slurring your words and getting kicked out.
Those are separate.
Oh,
the Patron was back when he was coaching Washington like 2 years ago. So that came out after the USC thing.
I thought he did it after he got caught.
Oh.
What was his contract at Washington? He was making millions. That's to ask to be reimbursed for alcohol when you're making millions is a chump move. KFC.
Booze doesn't fucking move the needle for me. Like if someone's drunk, it's like you're either doing hard drugs or you have some sort of weird addiction or you break some actual like laws or rules or something. If someone's shit-faced or drinking, it's just like, come on. It's 2015. Everybody drinks. Next.
And it's like, I know I'm always on a hypocritical kick, and I'm not saying you should be up there swearing, but like Big Cat said, people act like you said the fucking F word, and it's a tragedy when, you know, there's a million real things going on. People are getting beaten. There's arrested. You said the F word, and suddenly that's front page news. Yeah. Well, that's a real situation. That shouldn't be a real situation. Donald Trump, I have this blog written before he went all in. I just posted it on Megyn Kelly. I know what you're going to say, Dan. I'm going to say I'm voting for Donald Trump, and you're going to parrot back to me. He won't be in the race at the end. I don't care. I am now.
I wasn't going to parrot back to you that. He won't be, but.
The joke is over. I am voting now for Trump. Like, I am 1,000%. I don't care if he's racist. I don't care if he's sexist. I don't care if he's insane. I don't think it matters who gets elected. Like, nothing changes that much. And the fact that this guy's making people uncomfortable and is like laugh out loud. It's like a real life mockumentary. I am in 1,000% on the Donald. It's such a bully move the way he was tweeting at Megyn Kelly. Just such a bully / 2-year-old move. I can't get enough of it. It reminds me a lot of myself. KFC.
I was going to say, I think we know why you like Trump so much, Dave. It doesn't take a genius to figure out why you're down with Trump.
Are you not?
I am down with the fact that he says whatever he wants and he'll talk shit. I just can't get behind a guy who's going to fuck with the Mexicans as much. I really like Mexicans, and I think we need them. I like illegal cheap labor, and so a guy who shuts that down. I like everything else he stands for, but you can't fuck with my illegal labor.
Big Cat?
I'm with you in some respects and not with you in others. Trump is funny. Trump is great to watch. He's a big, he's the world's biggest narcissist, and that's saying it to your face, Dave. You're number 2. He's the world's biggest narcissist. He does the retweet thing that you do. Like, you basically should actually sue him for that.
I don't retweet. I didn't retweet any of the Rise Patriots Rise. I'm still getting. I almost have to filter it out.
There weren't any. Anyway, so he is very similar to you. He's entertaining. He's shaking things up. The problem is we all have a brain, and we're like, okay, well, it's funny to laugh at, but he's kind of dangerous with some of the things he says, and he's pretty loose and fast, and people might start believing this. And there's a lot of dumb people who are really racist in the world who probably think that Trump, everything he says is correct, and that's kind of the scary part. Like I went up to a lake house in northern Wisconsin last weekend, and there was we were on the lake pontoon. We beached it. Another guy pulls up. We get to talking. He sees my "Make America Great" hat again. He's like, "I love Trump." He just says whatever he wants, and I was like, I'm kind of wearing it ironically, whatever. Maybe 10 minutes later, we're talking about football, Vikings, Bears, and he's like, I was like, oh, yeah, I like Teddy Bridgewater. He's like, I don't know, man. I've never trusted a Negro quarterback. And I was like, all right, okay, I'll see you later, man. So those are the people who don't really understand that we're kind of laughing at Trump, and they're like, Donald Trump is a savior. He just says whatever he thinks. And that's when it gets a little dangerous.
Yeah, see, I don't agree with that. I think those people are going to gravitate. If they're not gravitating towards him, they're going to gravitate towards some lunatic in the Tea Party or something. I don't get. Our country's so fucked up. It doesn't make a difference, is what I'm saying. So that guy you met isn't really going to have his opinions changed on Trump. It's just somebody he can fucking.
No, they're just going to be validated with Trump.
I don't know if they're validated. They think they're validated no matter what. Those idiots are idiots. I don't think it makes it more dangerous.
To change people's minds and be like, hey, maybe don't be totally racist all the time.
What?
I think you can slowly change the world's brain and be
like,
hey, don't be racist all the time. You're taking the cynics view where the crazy racist will always be crazy racist no matter what.
Yeah, I think so.
I'm saying with guys like Donald Trump, you kind of embolden them and you kind of give this a little bit of fuel to the fire.
I don't know if I agree with that. Commercial break.
That wraps up our political debate.
Dude, that guy, and I said to him, I was like, what about Russell Wilson 2 years ago? And his buddy chimed in. He's like, oh, no, he was mulatto. Like, oh, okay.
When you're saying mulatto and Negro, that's some old – that's worse than, the hard N-bombs in my mind.
Yeah.
That's just, ingrained in your brain. You don't even think there's a problem with it.
Right.
We're back. The game. I haven't heard much from the game lately till he was just fingering a chick on looked like the Boston Commons, and then after he fingered this girl, he made her smell it. One of the all-time power moves. One of the all-time power moves. Here, I just fingered you, now smell it. Just got to tip your cap to the game. Got to tip you. I don't know what else you can say. The game apparently still has game, making chicks in public smell their finger that he just penetrated them with. Big Cat.
This is the difference between a rapper power move and the rest of the world, us common folk, because we've had this question on KNC Radio where it's like, oh, my girlfriend doesn't smell so great. How do I tell her? It's like, well, fucking do what the game does. You just finger her and then just make her sniff it and be like, here, you like this shit? No, okay. Take a shower.
KFC.
It's just a testament to how and this guy's not even that famous. Yeah, he's a famous rapper, but he's not on that level.
He was pretty famous at one point when he.
No. I mean, he definitely was a popular rapper for sure, and it just goes to show that when you reach that level, you just need weird shit to get off. This guy's fingered so many fucking girls, it doesn't even matter to him unless they smell his fingers afterwards. Whereas the commoners like us are just begging for a hand job, and he's like, here, smell your pussy. It's just the spoils of being rich.
And I like how he was staring right at the person who was taking the photo of him too. are you enjoying what you're watching, basically? So power moves from the game all around. Last one, Curt Schilling back in the news. Curt Schilling, so he put a picture of Hitler and basically said that I think something to the effect, this country has the same amount of Muslims as Germany had Nazis, and we all know how that turned out. He deleted the tweet. I think Curt Schilling is getting to the point where he can say whatever he wants. He's just like the absolute lunatic, crazy guy who, you know, you want to talk about Trump being dangerous. I mean, Curt Schilling is legitimately insane. I think he thinks he's a lot tougher than he is. I'd like to actually drop him in a combat situation for like 24 hours and just see how he handles himself. But, I mean, it's Schilling being Schilling. He's a delusional, crusty, white, like racist guy. So that's what he's going to do. Big Cat?
I don't know if you saw, but I sent the link to Feidelberg, and I think he's doing the blog. He also has like a ton of Nazi memorabilia that he has for sale on his own personal Facebook page. The dude is just like, there's nothing scarier in this world than a rich, dumb person with a ton of time on their hands. Because you know Curt Schilling like wakes up and he like fires up like Infowars.com and like reads the YouTube under like 9/11 conspiracy things. And he's just, you know, reading random shit on the internet and then putting it all in his brain and being like, I got it all figured out, and then just spits it back out. So I agree with you, though. I don't know how he could be fireable at this point. I mean, you'd think he would have already reached that.
Right? No, he's tough.
This is the end of the road for Curt Schilling. There's no way he survives this one. It's at least a suspension, guaranteed a suspension. It wouldn't shock me at all if he was absolutely fired tomorrow. You can't be a Nazi sympathizer. You can't be saying Muslims are Nazis. You can't be, and when it's like strike 35, this is it. I'm betting the rent on the end for Schilling on this one.
I will say, you know it's bad when Curt deletes the tweet instantly, because he's insane, and he said so many things where after people are like, what are you saying? He doubles and then triples down on it. This one, he's like, actually like, oops, that didn't come across the right way. That may be a telltale sign. For Curt Schilling to be like, oh, like, you know, the little bubble in Kurt's head to be like, oops, Curt, you went too far. For that to go off, that's a pretty good sign he went too far.
He hasn't seen that bubble maybe ever.
No, he like probably startled. Like he probably jumped like, oh, what's that? And then
how is there not someone who's just like, Curt Schilling, get the fuck off social media? Stop. Just get off. You're either challenging dudes to a fight over your daughter or talking about Muslims and Nazis. What's the upside of you on Twitter? Just delete your Twitter account.
I'm sure they have, but he's like, I think he thinks if you shut his brain down, it like our country may fall apart. Like that's how important he thinks his viewpoints are. So
he is the linchpin to America.
Right.
Like, if you take him out, just the stack of cards just go down.
He thinks he's constantly fighting for America in his brain. So that's the rundown.
I'll be honest, there's a lot of similarities between page views, Trump, and Schilling. You guys are three fucking idiot wild cards all in one pod.
Yeah, I mean, you guys say that, but I'm actually like not a wild card at all. I'm very rational and sane. I play people like a fiddle. Though I think Trump does too, to a degree. I think Schilling's insane. Big difference. Like Schilling, if you said you could kill all Muslims right now, I think he'd be like, yeah, I think we should do that.
Do you know why you like Trump, Dave? It's because whatever Trump says, right or wrong, you know, if it has facts behind it or not, he says it with conviction. So he always comes across as like, I know what I'm talking about. I'm the smartest guy in the room, and that's you.
No matter how stupid you are, Dave, you always act like you're smart.
No, I admit, I mean, you guys don't even read the blogs. Just yesterday, I apologized to Lady Feidelberg about the sushi. See, again, when I'm wrong, it's just few and far between. I'm the first one. I am the first one on the firing line to raise my hand and say, look at me. I was wrong. I said something I shouldn't have. Let me apologize.
Can we talk about this video?
What video? The behind the...
What video?
It's fucking rap.
If you are wise, you'll listen to me.
Fuck Kevin Clancy. Couldn't leave it alone. Now I gotta remind you who sits on the Iron Throne. Is that gold?
Which basically I mean, let's start with the fact that everything we said yesterday, that the whole studio was laughing at you, not with you, is 100% true.
That's not
They
true.
were laughing in your face.
They weren't laughing in my face.
Dude, come on.
Just stop. We've seen it.
It was a locker room atmosphere. It was a locker room atmosphere. It was ball busting.
Fucking little nerd in the locker room who gets no playing time. They're like, oh yeah, he's totally our friend.
No, it was a locker room atmosphere. It was a jovial atmosphere, busting balls, smoking.
Jovial.
Yeah, smoking a little dope.
Yeah,
you know.
so I want to get to that. It's well documented that you can't smoke weed because you have like the 16-year-old girl, like, I'm having a heart attack, send me to the hospital. So what did that? What?
No, well, he did the Bill Clinton. He didn't really inhale. He just puffed it and smoked it all out.
I like that the 38-year-old Davey Pages can still be peer pressure to smoke a little dope.
Not peer pressure.
Like, dude, you're
Dan,
a rapper, gotta smoke.
Dan, when's the last time you made a hit record? Like when you go in the booth. Listen. I saw Straight Outta Compton the other day, and when you go in the booth, like you loosen up and you fucking drink a little purple drink and you smoke a little weed if it's there, and you do what you do to lay down a track. That's what I was doing.
We're like one day away from you doing like a full-on Michael Scott doing the rundown with a Chicago White Sox hat and like just reenacting Straight Outta Compton for us.
The fact that your best friend Hank was even like down on you recording is a telltale sign.
No, he wasn't down on me.
Just, like, say the words faster. Just like get on the beat, dude. Why could you not do that?
I did do that, and that was the finished product.
The best was when Mike Stud said it for you like 6 times in a row, and then it got to you, and you just couldn't even come close to saying what he was saying.
You guys, I don't know what video you watched, but I saw a behind-the-scenes making of a smash record. And I agree, I'd never rapped before. It was the first time I'd ever gotten in the booth. I was a little tense. They took clips. By the end of it, I could have laid down a whole album if we had more time.
It's really such a shame that you're being an idiot about this. Because like if Dan did this, I would tip my kid. No, but I would just be like, that was funny. That video, because you would be laughing at yourself too, and it would just like, this was entertaining. But the fact that you're being such an asshole about it, Dave.
How am I being an asshole about it?
Ruins the fun of it.
How am I being an asshole about it?
By acting like it was good and people weren't laughing at you, and like all these things that are blatant truths that we are now seeing.
It was a locker room atmosphere, Kevin. You've never been in a locker room, Kevin. You don't know how a locker room operates. It's everyone just kind of busting balls. Let's put out a good song. Let's do this.
I need more jovial locker room experiences. It's just just admit what it is, you fucking loser.
Well, I don't admit what it's a great song.
God, this is worse than Deflategate.
I told you what it was. I said my rapping yesterday is a D+, C-, best at best. The lyrics were an A+, and as someone said, the pizzazz that you guys got to see in the studio, that was an A. That was an A. I brought it all out. Like, you want to smoke some weed? Yeah, let's smoke some fucking weed. You want to drink some of this weird shit? Yeah, let's drink some of this weird shit. Let's just lay down a track. Let's bond together. Let's make a team effort and put out a gold record. That's what we tried to do yesterday. I don't know how is that an asshole by me saying that?
That ending scene, not in the club, when you were still in the studio, when like 7 guys were throwing out what they thought made a gold record, and you were actually just sitting there like, yeah, I think we got a shot here, was
delusional.
That was a little inside peek into the mind of a maniac.
Right, like Dan, if you said that, I would be laughing. I'd be like, Dan is poking fun at himself. Dave actually was thinking to himself, like, I think we can sell 500 to 1 million, maybe.
No, I didn't say a diamond record. I didn't say a diamond record.
I could probably sell this many, Rise Page You Rise albums.
You know what? When I was driving it around in the FUN van, which was before the Astro van, doing my paper route by myself with my little shitty, and I'm like, I can dream this company into this huge mega conglomerate international corporation. Everyone was probably laughing then.
Yeah,
and now look at us.
Stream at right now.
And now look at us.
Now look at us. Exactly, now look at us.
We're borderline international. So, I mean, if you just want to sit there, you could never dream big, Kevin. You could never dream big.
It's when you say say things like this that I just realize that like we're going nowhere, and I'm just like my career, my life is plummeting down. Because the fact that you think we've like made it and arrived is the problem here.
No, we're still on the up. We're still on the up and up. That's why I still grind every day. That's why I'm in that booth smoking weed. That's why I'm trying to make rap songs. That's why I'm making gold records.
That's what Cuban told us not to do.
Make gold records? He never said don't make.
Keep grinding the way you grind over and over, throwing your head at the wall.
Yeah,
That's
he said not to do that. Well, who's fucking Mark Cuban? What, we're going to believe everything he says now?
I think we did just find the title to our book, Barstool Sports. We're borderline international. But it's the truth. We are borderline international. Like, we're not there yet, but we're
Close.
We're borderline. We're close. How far is the border?
I don't know. We're getting there.
Chicago's not that far from the border. Canada.
We're getting there. Yeah. Gold records. I mean, I don't know what you guys wanted me to do in that song, but that's fine. Anything else?
I think that's it.
All right.